got this strange feeling. Dealing with a smooth player. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chandler. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button to know when I post, because you guys are gonna wanna want more. So today, sorry, I'm just like kind of fixing my shirt. I'm just like wearing like a lounging shirt. I'm in my pajamas still. Well, I'm over here trying to sell myself. I'm in my pajamas still. But today, no, I'm going to be talking about my 17 and pregnant story. Let me turn this TV down with the music. I'll keep a little background music so you guys can hear me. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Okay, we'll keep it here. So I got pregnant when I was 17 years old, and I got pregnant around May, sometime in May of 2016, and I was like fresh out of junior year. It was my summer when I got pregnant, or I think I was still in school, but like we were very close to getting out of school. And I was dating somebody at the time, and I worked at a grocery store, and I was dating somebody else at the time. I wasn't dating Nala's dad, I was dating somebody else, and I met Nala's dad at the grocery store, and we like instantly clicked, and we became friends. And when we became friends, things just progressed. You know, we started liking each other, we started dating, and then I ended up with Nala Bear. I ended up getting pregnant with Nala. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I was so scared. Like, I was taken back, and I didn't miss my period like most people did. I just had like a weird feeling, and so did her dad. He just was like, I just have a weird feeling you're pregnant. And so I asked him to buy me some pregnancy tests. He bought me them, and I took them, and it came out positive one day. See, what happened was I didn't miss my period yet, but I think it was like June 1st, and I think my period was due like June. It was due like around June 8th, I believe. And I took a pregnancy test on June 1st. And I remember like not thinking I was pregnant. I was like, oh, it's no big deal. Like, I'm not pregnant. I already know. So when I took the test, and I like left it, like I just kind of forgot about it. Like, I had it with me, but I was just like, oh, I'll forget about it. Like, I'm not pregnant at all. That's why I'm not really like rushing to look. And then Nala's dad, Eladio, he was like, well, did you check it? And I checked the pregnancy test, and it was positive. And it was bright pink positive. Like, it wasn't any faint lines. Like, there was nothing to be like, well, I don't really know. Like, I'm not too sure. Like, I knew. Like, it made it clear that I knew. Like, God was like, you're pregnant, and you can't get away from it. So I went home after work, and I went to sleep. I didn't tell my mom right away because my mom had work. It was a Thursday night that I found out, and my mom had work the next morning, on Friday morning, really early, so I figured I wasn't going to tell her that night. And so I was out of school. That Friday morning that I woke up, after I found out on that Thursday night, I asked my sister if I could go and pick up my check at my job. So I went to pick up my check at my job, and I worked at a grocery store, so I picked up more pregnancy tests. And Nala's dad didn't tell anybody either. Eladio, my boyfriend, didn't tell anybody. I don't know why I keep saying Nala's dad. My boyfriend didn't tell his parents either yet. We were just kind of waiting to see what we were gonna do. So I went to the store, I bought some more tests, and I took them when I got home, and it happened that I was pregnant. So I went outside, and I just sat there and I cried. I called a family friend of ours, and a family friend of mine. I don't know why I said ours. I called a family friend of mine, and I asked her if she could help me tell my sister that I was pregnant, because I didn't want to tell my sister just as much as I didn't want to tell my mom. So my family friend helped me tell my sister, and when my sister found out, she came outside looking for me, and I was just sitting there crying. I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What am I gonna do? Why am I this stupid? Like, I was really beating myself up about it, which I feel like that's kind of normal for you to do when you're a teen and you know you're not supposed to be doing that stuff. And like, before I got pregnant, I was already acting out. Like, I was being bad. I was ditching school. Like, I was not being good at all. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know what I just realized? I have no highlight on. None. I'm putting some on. Alright, y'all, I'm sorry. I had to put some highlighter on. But back to where I was. My sister had, like, came outside or whatever, and she was talking to me. And like, I was just crying. Like, I couldn't even like really get words out. But she was just very nice, very accepting. She's like, you know, I can help you tell mom, you know, when are you gonna tell mom? And that day my mom was coming to get me to go get our nails and toes done, and I was like, you know, I'll tell her like when I'm out with her. So my sister was like, okay, cool, you know, do that. So my mom called me. Like, she wasn't gonna like come in the house and come get me. She was just gonna call me and tell me to come down to her car. So she called me, and like, it was so hard for me to just like answer the phone and act like everything was good, because like, there was no way I was gonna tell her over the phone. So when she called me, I was like, hello, and she's like, hey honey, you know, I'm downstairs, are you ready? And I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, you know, well, I'll see you in a minute. So I was like, okay, cool. So I hung up the phone, and then like, I'm about to start leaving, and my phone rings again, and it's her. So I answer it, and she's like, oh my gosh, Chandler, you have to hurry up and get downstairs because there's the cutest baby I want you to see. You guys, you have to imagine how I was feeling. Like, first of all, girl, I gotta tell you about a baby that I'm about to have, and I'm only 17 and about to be a junior in high school. Like, there's no way that I want to look at a baby. So I was like, okay. So I hurried up downstairs. I saw the baby, cute baby, and I was just like thinking to myself, like, Jesus, you can't be serious. Like, why are you doing this to me? So then after that, we got to the nail shop, and I was like, Mom, I need to tell you something. And she was like, oh, what do you need to tell me? She's like, what? You're pregnant? And she was joking. She was joking. She was not being serious at all. And that's the issue, was like, I was trying to have a serious talk with her, and she wasn't being serious. Like, she was just in one of her playful moods. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, sorry, y'all. I was just like looking back there. Like, she just wasn't taking me serious. So when she was like, oh my God, are you pregnant? I looked at her, and I was like, you know, like, I was, yeah. And she's like, oh my gosh. So then she like stood up out of her seat, and she gave me a hug. And so she was like, it's gonna be okay, you know, don't worry. And I was so scared, and like, that whole day at the nail shop that we had, it was just so quiet. It was so awkward. And she was asking me questions about like my boyfriend, because she knew about Eladio, but she like I'd never really like went to the extremities of telling her that we're actually like in a relationship, like we're actually dating, we're actually talking. I didn't tell her that, so she didn't even know. Like, she was shocked when she found out that it was Eladio and not my boyfriend that I had before him. So, you know, she was just kind of like weirded out, and she didn't know anything about him, nothing. So she was like, oh my gosh, you know, she was stressed out, she was worried for me. But I ended up, me and my boyfriend, we stayed together. We're still together now. And I went to school basically my whole pregnancy. Like, I started school again in August, and I don't know how far along I was. Let me see. I was about 3 months. That was about 3 months when I started my senior year. And so I stayed in school throughout my whole entire senior year. I luckily had enough credits and was able to take more classes than what I needed to, so that I could graduate early. So I could graduate a semester early and be done in December rather than being done in May with the rest of my class. So I was able to do that. I finished my senior year in December, and on January 4th, Alright, I apologize, you guys. My camera died. I'm gonna scoot up a little bit. Okay, so as I was saying, I finished school in December, and in January I had Nala. January 4th exactly, I had her. She wasn't supposed to be born until February 12th or February 11th, but she was just ready to come out and welcome the world. She was like, hey y'all, I am here. But yeah, so my pregnancy was pretty fast. Like, it actually went by super fast. Like I actually, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like trying to remember being pregnant, and I won't say that I don't remember being pregnant, because I do, but it all went by so fast. It went by way faster than what I thought it was going to be, because in all honesty, I really did think it was going to take forever. Like, I thought it was going to take forever for me to have her, but it didn't. So yeah, well, that was my story, you guys. I don't know if it was boring. I don't know if I answered you guys' questions, because I know that a lot of people, when I left my school, a lot of people didn't even know I was pregnant. Like, there are people that didn't even know I was having a kid. So they were all very shocked. So I figured I'd make this video for those who are nosy and want to know. So yeah, so that was my 17 pregnant story. If you guys want to know my labor and my delivery story, you know, comment down below and let me know. If you want to hear how I met her dad, like the full story, it goes deeper than what I said, y'all. Comment down below and let me know that too, and I will be more than happy to film either one of those for y'all. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.